Hey there YouTube, Chemistry Tutors here. This is the first series of Introduction to Chemistry, and this is the episode Writing Ionic Equations. Writing a chemical equation. In a chemical reaction, we start off with reactants and we end up with products. Example, sodium and chlorine will be our reactants, and a product would be sodium chloride. We use an arrow to represent that reactants turn into products and to show the direction of the reaction. We use a plus sign to represent the combinations of substances on both sides of the arrow. Hence, reactants equals products. For word equations, we can use a word equation to show how a reaction proceeds. All reactants and products must be included. For example, calcium plus water equals calcium hydroxide plus hydrogen. Conditions or a catalyst may be and can be included, but are put on top of the arrow. This is because these are not part of the reaction and part of the reactants, since they are not consumed in the reaction. So you try writing the word equations for these reactions. Pause the video and check the answers once you have finished. When you're writing a formula equation, you write it as if you're writing a word equation, but you substitute formulas in. For example, with the calcium and water reaction, calcium hydroxide and hydrogen are produced. For calcium, we write the symbol Ca plus water. The formula for water is H2O. We get calcium hydroxide, and the formula for calcium hydroxide is Ca bracket OH bracket 2 plus H2. That's the formula for hydrogen. Well, you try. Try writing the formula equation for these chemical reactions. Pause the video and check your answers once you have finished. Sometimes, if we are asked, we can state what phase each substance is in. We add brackets next to the formula and put G in brackets to represent gas, L in brackets to represent liquid, and S in brackets to represent solid. Sometimes the solution might be dissolved in water, or we put AQ in brackets, and this represents the word aqueous. An example, copper sulfate, and this is an aqueous solution, plus sodium hydrogen carbonate, this is in an aqueous solution too, forms copper carbonate, this is a solid precipitate, plus sodium sulfate, this is aqueous, and hydrogen gas is evoked, this is a gas.